There's two main types of treated lumber that you're going to be using on these type of projects. One is ground contact treated and the other is above ground treated. The ground contact treated has about 2.5 times the amount of treatment that above ground does. So let's go over some of the uses for the ground contact first. So on this project here, we've got a deck that's being built that's about 6 feet off the ground. Scooter, what do you think? Ground contact or above ground?
Well, it's 6 feet above the ground, so it's got to be above ground.
Right? Wrong. Any structural member on your deck is going to be ground contact general use lumber. So right here, joists, obviously those are pretty critical, pretty important. So we want those to be ground contact. Beam, same thing. Posts, all ground contact here.
This needs to be pretty strong ground contact.
Blocking, going in between the joists, ground contact. Here are some questions to determine whether you're going to need ground contact treated lumber. If you answer yes to any of these, ground contact is going to be what you want. Is your structure less than 6 inches off the ground or in contact with the ground?
Ground contact.
Is the component vital to your structure?
Ground contact.
Does your project have inadequate ventilation?
Ground contact.
Will your project experience frequent moisture or leaf litter?
Ground contact.
Is your project in a tropical or humid climate?
Ground contact.
So here's an example, a planter box that goes on top of the deck. It's not integral to your structure, but it is going to experience frequent moisture.
Ground contact?
Yes, ground contact for a planter box because it's going to experience frequent moisture and it's not going to be able to thoroughly dry. Ground contact. Sounds like everything here is ground contact treated lumber. What's going to be above ground treated lumber? So things like railing, anything aesthetic, maybe some trim, is going to be above ground treated. So it's not in contact with the ground. It's not a critical member of your structure. It's more aesthetic. For those type of things, you can use above ground treated lumber.